What time is it now? About 4:30. I decided to take another nap because I'm still tired from last week working, and we go in. We worked yesterday, going in tomorrow. So like I said, anyway, my motto at this stage, there's no reason to be riding it. It's a nice day, whatever. So, but yeah, fuck that. I ain't young, so I went and take a nap. And you're like, well, you ain't gonna be able to go to now. I'll be able to go to sleep because I know I gotta get up early. You know. Well, tomorrow he said come in at 9, so I ain't gotta leave here till 8 o'clock. So that ain't bad. But either way, like I said, the faster get the day started, the faster 3 months from now, 2 months from now, we'll get here. With about 8 paychecks, and it's over. It's all over. Period. End of it. Finito. Done. Unless I see another reason or to stay or something like that. But anyway, so I was asleep. And all of a sudden, I hear them loud motorcycle boys, with the extra loud pipes on it, revving and shit. And I'm like, at first it wakes me up, and I'm thinking they're in the street, because either way, if they was in the street, it still would have been loud. But I'm like, nah, that's way too. They right next to my window, and I look, I grab my phone, look at the camera, and I see the boy in the first apartment, the one I was talking about who had the girl. That, he a super slave, right? So I open the door, I jump up, like we've been called on alert, and I run out the door, and this nigga, and now so they still revving, but they pull off, you know, and he tried to walk off. Well, he did, ain't no traffic, but see, that's what I'm saying. They starting some shit. That's how they try to play victim. Like I would have just looked crazy, but anyway, I told him like, nah. Normally I don't say nothing to him, but this time I told him, but he act like he gonna keep walking, act like he don't hear me. He said, all right, them your people. Tell your people don't do that. Ain't no reason for them to be doing that shit right here. Keep on walking away like you fucking retarded. So here he come in the frame right here. So I guess they call him and see how he walk on, like you know what I'm saying. So the judge might say, "Oh, this nigga mentally slow. He got his head bust. Maybe he'll wake up." Why you gonna post up right there? Why you ain't post up on the corner? Like I said, where I'm from, if you stay in a place like this with other people and some of your people coming over and they got some loud shit, that's what I'm saying. That's how you know they're not gangster. Real nigga, you tell them you wait in the park, you waiting at the sidewalk. You tell them, hey man, don't do that shit around here. Nah, I done seen it before. Hey, nah. No, don't be able to revving all that. No, the old lady across the street, she gonna say something. If you a real nigga, cause you trying to keep the heat down. They listen to white folks, white liberals telling you can do it. We got the power. He's a Trump. Exactly. Your head, you gonna be in the hospital with swollen up fucking head. And these white folks still gonna be walking by doing a little whatever with their dogs and kids and their yoga pants. Healing up in the fucking hospital. And then they gotta buy new motorcycles. All that shit getting more. Yeah, I guess you can see right here he's waiting on somebody. But the thing is, I watched it already. And they just all of a sudden they disappear. They don't show them pulling in. That's the FBI, CIA. The camera probably made in China, so they probably hacked it because it disappeared. It don't show them pull up. It don't show the front of their bike. Watch, it just show. See, they just there, and he's still facing the same way. It didn't show them pull up. It just skipped. All of a sudden they in there. He never moved. And then he just you see how he just disappeared? And I said more than that. All the guy is the last words I said. It just said it don't hear everything I said. I said they had to pull up in the parking lot doing all that revving because they was revving way longer than that. The video somehow got edited. This was just an hour, 90 an hour, 30 minutes ago. Somehow the video got edited. The screen don't show everything. They don't. It show them. Don't show them pull up. Don't show them revving. Don't catch none of it. Cause I guess I don't know the car right there. So it don't show nothing. All of a sudden, it just everything. It just jumps. You see, it just jumps from it, but it don't say it on the timestamp. The time's still flowing, but the video inside. That's what I'm saying. It ain't like when somebody, cuts it and it jump from like 16 minutes, 16 seconds to 16 minutes in 1650 or whatever. It somehow is edited within the stream. And anyway, since I was posting a video, they put little shits in my. The only reason I'm saying about this is, like I said, I stopped worrying about the walk away. Now they got all this YouTube putting all this walk away campaign in my videos. I mean recommendations.
But basically, I grew up.
Now this person, I believe her, and she's smart. That's what I'm saying. But she literally is. You wouldn't see looking up nowadays. Back in the day, you could just whatever talk to her, this and that, if you were her age. But now you gotta really watch and figure out where they from, and because she's even explaining. As soon as she said it, and one thing that made me say something, I wasn't gonna say nothing about it. I was just gonna watch a part of it. Because ain't no need for me to see all these walk away. It's like a lot of y'all finally waking up. But that's good. But at the same time, is it good for them? Because they gonna try to come over and try to like get positions and they if they're good enough, they deserve it. But they're brainwashed. And this chick, is like, what are you talking about? Just spit it out. She's all. I'll show you in a minute.
Intellectual. So I thought people would understand why I would not. Donald Trump was censored off of Twitter, and I just found that to be not correct. I'm like a loudmouth person. I was an activist. I say what I want. The idea of censorship, it just doesn't vibe with my personality, left or right. It just isn't for me. I thought people would understand that, especially because when I was far left, I saw right-wing people as like my debate partners. I saw them as people who provided me with intellectual stimulation. So I thought people would understand why I would not want censorship. But the left-wing people that I knew, they were incensed. They were furious with me. And I dealt with all kinds of racial insults, Uncle Tom, race traitor, different kinds of sexual harassment, people telling me that I love white men because, of course, why?
Because all those black dudes It had nothing to do with it. They just wanted to fuck her anyway. And like I said, they really don't get no pussy. They fucking a lot of these women. They fucking a lot of good looking women, but they're brainwashed. These women are brainwashed. I didn't know that, but this girl, she's in her 20s. Technically, I would say every guy she thought was her boyfriend she been with, she basically was his sex slave. These black dudes, they think they got these girls in control. Not the dudes really, it's the puppet masters. That's who doing it. We're not jealous. We never was, but we knew it was something weird going on. That's why all these dudes losing their minds because they can't control these girls no more. It was part of the program and it's falling apart and they losing it. And it's not little. That's men always been trying to control women. Like, nope, that's not it. That's not part of it. It's times 10 because they're used to getting what they want as long as they go with the program and hate racism and think about it. She got to feel sorry for her boo thing, her boyfriend, because that's why like she said, she was a leftist. So she was in love with her boyfriend because he didn't have to do good because it's the white man doing it to him, and she's fighting for him. Now she woke up, she real probably feel dirty, like,
woman do anything that's not motivated by sexual competition for man. And I just didn't expect that response because all I said was that I'm against censorship. I didn't say, I love what Trump said. I just don't want anyone to be censored. But that was how I really got canceled from the left. Hi, my name is Alex Boyd.
But yeah, so I started watching it because I couldn't go back to sleep. But it's only 4 o'clock anyway. Ain't that big a deal. But it's just the principle behind that shit. What they did.
I am from Minneapolis, Minnesota, currently located in Portland, Oregon. So
that's another thing. Susie said that. I heard. I'm like, damn. But she says it. I'm sitting there thinking like, she's super brainwashed. But somehow she woke up. I guess because she's born smart. Two liberal dummies. They still got genes from other people, other parents, both of them, both sides. So they got a special key. Not stupid, actually smart.
Liberal energy around me for my whole life. And I'm going to explain to you guys why I'm walking away from the left. So it's kind of a long story. I'm going to try to get through all my points. But
now, see, that's what made me stop and come make this video. Cause I was trying to watch it, and she said that. That is what I'm talking about. So it's like they're gonna come over and try to get jobs and promotions. But it seems like that's something they've been told at her age. That's the new thing they've been teaching. She learned that in school. Whatever the fuck her points are. What the fuck does that even mean? Now anybody else, don't worry. We just tell calm down. Don't worry. Whatever your point, you ain't got to people. All you walk away people, don't forget everything they told you. Unless it's basic math and English. That's all you need to know. If you can read and still learn, you good. All this points. Don't try to make people. If you get promoted and charges, don't. You kind of shit. She looked like she's probably in a car by herself making a video like a lot of people do. Don't. But yeah, don't be nervous. All that shit. You ain't got points, whatever talking points. I guess I don't know what the fuck that is. Nobody does. That's not something we learned in school. That's not something our grandparents learned in school. That's nothing. That's not English. That's what the fuck that is. That's communist nation. It's some way that whatever it is, they're trying to brainwash y'all, make it sound like something correct and educational, but it's brainwashing. Remember your point. Now, the more I think about it, it sounds like some kind of dystopian movie in the future where the kids are in the academy and they're being trained. And yeah, that's what it sounds like. Remember your points. And no, exactly. There is some weird, fucking crazy ass shit that some Hollywood director made up. Seriously, these Hollywood people, they're the main, also the big ones, and Puff Daddy behind this shit helping.
Basically, I grew up kind of woke before wokeness. In my opinion, every
I would say so. Yeah, at her age, that's what I'm talking about. She that's why she came out of it. But that's what I'm talking about. She's like one of the first generations, probably in the 2000s, the Democrats. Her parents had money, black parents or whatever, or if whatever. Maybe she's mixed, but whatever, they had money. They were Democrats. So they sent her, I would assume, to that. Well, she's finna say, I'll let her finish talking.
Has like a seed of truth that it starts with and then devolves into madness. So to me, wokeness was originally about, it was called being pro-Black, and it was about telling the truth about African American history. So, both of my parents are light-skinned Black people like me, so
That's
I would
why
go to school.
I thought she was black, all because I seen, I went to school with people like that too. But the reason it's rare is just light skinned people really don't get together. A lot of light skinned dudes that's light as her, my best homies, they always date dark skinned girls. And me is you date a girl like that. That's how it was before they tried to do the social engineering. That's what that's about. The puppet pull the strings. That's how it's always been. You can tell. You look at old pictures, you'll see a black ass nigga with a girl, and it's not. But then they tried to change it. I don't know why the white folks got mad. Because, like I said, I done heard out their mouths, light skinned dudes, light as her, red as her, they out their mouths. When I was a kid, before you really even was, learning how to talk to girls, like 8 years old, they tell older light skinned guys like her, I love dark skinned women, I love black women, da 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 da, and and it never made me feel anything because of course, but like I said, I always at my crew, I never tried to find guys that the girls didn't like. You always hang together with guys that get a lot of girls. The girls, we hang together. So you got light skinned dude, brown. That ain't why you pick them. It's just we like doing guy things. Hanging out, riding in cars, this and that, whatever. But you rarely see naturally two light skinned people. But I mean, not red. But nowadays you probably got a lot of it because of social engineering.
They would tell me one thing, I would come home, my parents would tell me something very different. I learned that the founding fathers owned slaves. I learned that Thomas Jefferson had several biracial children by one of his slaves. And I'm 27, so when I was in middle school, when I was 13, 14, that is when I started to really question what I was taught in school about the founding of our country. And I'm someone who I like to talk to people from all walks of life. So even though I was far left my whole childhood, my whole upbringing, what have you, no one ever questioned me for talking to people from different belief systems until like 2016.
I was about to say until Trump, because they thought they were, slowly. It wasn't a big deal. They were going to take over. Hillary was supposed to win, and we all know the story. All of them are like, that's what I'm saying. These 30-year-olds, their brain, these close to 30, they were the first generation that were fully indoctrinated. The rest, that's why they got rid of us in the 90s. They got rid of us. They did, they put you in jail. They child support. If you wasn't fully brainwashed, they take your kids and your girl. I'm laughing, but they're dead serious. And they brainwash. Now your 30-year-old kid is just like her. That's what. So they can do what they're doing now. They're full on. But see, a lot of them are waking up on their own, especially when they see they see it. And they realize, but you gotta realize these folks, that mean they were told this stuff their whole fucking lives. Now we're starting to see how bad it is. We didn't know that, because if you wasn't involved with schooling, you ain't got no kid, or if you got cousins, you only see them, or little nieces and nephews, you ain't involved in all that. You only see them, this and that. And if you ain't one of them, obviously they ain't gonna let you get involved because they don't want them hearing the truth. And they thought they were going to take over. They thought they were going to be so overwhelmingly, just took everything was going to be their way. We don't know. We really don't even know how blessed we are that Trump came and saved us. We don't know how bad it would be right now if Hillary would have won in 2016.
That was when things got weird to me. Nobody ever thought that was, it did not, no one thought it was contradictory being far left and talking to Republicans. And I was on the debate team.
Because they weren't worried about it. They they thought it was going to be, whatever. They were going to, it's nothing to worry about. Like I said, they're stupid. Thankfully, they're stupid and they really thought they had enough, this whole new generation, they were going to brainwash into being celebrity worshippers and this and that, and they really thought people our age, they thought we wasn't nothing to worry about, And we just that we was it's like, well, first of all, you took all the people we did like, and you took them all away, and the ones that are left, you turned them into, you know, whatever. And now their movies suck, and everything's about racism and this and that. So there's nobody we pay attention to, and we never. Our the thing is, our generation never paid attention to celebrities. We were told that as kids in the '80s, grandparents. Oh, why are you worrying about what an actor, you know, whatever.
I loved talking to Republicans. It was really fun for me. Nobody ever thought that was weird until I got to college. So I went to Reed College in Portland, Oregon. And Reed is considered the most liberal college in the country. I became a BLM organizer, and I was a co-founder of an organization called Reedies Against Racism. So Reedies Against Racism, that was when I first noticed cult-like features of the left. I noticed, I guess Portland is kind of worse, so I don't think every Black Lives Matter chapter had this, but I noticed worship of a singular leader. I noticed financial manipulativeness. I noticed just kind of a lack of goal-orientedness, almost like people didn't want problems for Black people to be solved, because then, you know, what would happen to us activists? And then I noticed a general sad.
See, she noticed that on her own. That's what we've been saying. We all said that. Where their jobs are in danger. The activists, the pro-wax. Back then, because she said she's 27, so that was 10 years ago. Whatever, she was in high school. In 2014, that's when we all started calling them pro-wax, the pro-blacks. You know, it was called pro-whack. You know, these pro-wax, and we all knew, just like the ones you see last year, them shooters, you kept seeing the same dude in every news report on WGN Chicago. This black activist, every time there's a shooting, and some dude, and now he's involved in some scandal, obviously, but you kept seeing these every city there's these activists. And, you know, put the gun, that's their thing. Put the guns down, fellas. We got to get these guys to put the guns down. The real man fights with his hands. It's like, that ain't going to work. What's going to stop it is both sides, every gang seeing they niggas get all these time. You know, you're 18. You see a homeboy get 30 years or a life sentence. You see that shit, and he's only 18. You know he going to die in prison. And it ain't even about, you know, getting killed to shank. He might die of old age in prison. He gonna spend his whole life in prison. And B, that's when you start waking up, as the liberals say. You start waking up. You know, like, I ain't gonna. You know, they can't talk you. The peer pressure ain't gonna work against seeing, you know, all these niggas get sent away. And so that's why they kept trying to sound smart. And no, that's the problem. The institutionalized, they thought if they had some stupid ass nigga with dreads, you know, that everybody would listen to him. It's institutionalism. Come on, brothers. And it's like, nah, B. This ain't 1960. This ain't 1950. 1970. We don't need no leaders. You ain't no leader. Ain't no institutionalism. You know what I'm saying? You kill somebody, you got to go. That's the end of it. Now, if you self-defense, then you ain't got nothing to worry about. But you should learn the laws. Like I said, when I was 14, I knew the fucking laws about self-defense. And ain't nothing changed to this day. And so, yeah, that's what they tried. They really thought they was going to do. So they think, like right now, like I said, if you go back to the beginning of this video, I don't know if you can while I'm still rolling. Like I said, their boy, and they had the motherfucker come with their motorcycles. Like I said, next time they ain't leaving off them motorcycles. I promise you, they not leaving off them goddamn motorcycles. And they gonna have, if after they get out of the hospital, they gonna have to buy some new motorcycles. If they get out, if they want to go to that level, they end up, like I said, just because your buddy stay, you go down there in front of his door. Don't be in front of my fucking door. There's an apartment there's a parking lot. You stay in the street if that's the case. Like I said, where I'm from, nigga would have went to the curb and talked to him at the curb and told him stop revving that shit up. That's how you know these niggas ain't gangsters. They think they know. First of all, they stupid. They don't know the law, and they don't know the street rules.
It's particularly because a lot of the white women that I had recruited into wokeness seemed really sad, and justifiably so, because a lot of wokeness is weirdly, I feel, anti-women in general.
And that sounds like some sex shit. She might not. I don't know. She telling on herself. This say 6 months ago. She said a lot of white women I recruited, especially at college. Oh, that sound like yeah. It sound like goddamn. She just like I said. That's remember how I be joking. You white boys, these white liberals walk with yeah. Your wife getting fucked by all these big dick BLM niggas and shit. They have to. That's part of the cults, like a gang. You know, the disciple queens, the girls. They got to. They got to fuck.
Um, so I've got my notes here. So my particular chapter of BLM, which was called Reads Against Racism, RAR, was what we abbreviated it to. I know I already told you guys that, but it went like full cult. The leader told people that you have to give up your privilege by dropping out of college. 2 people actually did. I felt responsible and complicit in this, so I had to come out and be like, don't do that, please. And I had to tell the truth. I had to apologize for lying, and I basically felt like, you know, I knew that I was.
At least she a good person for real. She felt like a piece of shit. That's exactly what they get mad about. Some reason I don't know why YouTube put that. They know better than put shit like that in my recommendations. She felt like a piece of shit. That's exactly what. See, they get mad when the white liberals that be walking by. Let me see if anybody walking by out here. The sun was out front, so that's why I had to sit back here. Cause you wouldn't be able to see my screen. Man, they need to get here and cut this grass. But so she's saying she felt like for lying, ruining these people's lives. That's what see these bums like that you know these niggas and the niggas stay right there. These bums they think it's justified because they're bums. That's what we're talking about. You know, any real person, you don't want to do no shit like that to anybody. It don't matter race. Oh, you love white people? No, I just wouldn't do that shit to nobody. And that's what she feel like. You know, that's what I'm saying. People. That's why I said I've been said that. You should learn that in high school biology or middle school biology. That just because you got 2 parents, just like in slave times, you got 2 parents own slaves, they might got a kid who didn't like it. Because that's what now I see is genetic. It ain't racism. It's lame. You know, because that's how like people keep pointing out. There were people who enslaved their own people. Slaves in Africa, slaves in the Incas, you know, the South America, they enslaved each other. So anybody, it's in people. And now I see the difference. And I'm telling you, the difference is, so anybody who naturally, like nowadays, think they're a Democrat and feel and is nasty and mean, they could own a slave. They really could. They could own, I don't care what, they could be dark as me. They could own, they could be a slave owner. The nasty, some people are just born like that. But clearly, it's nothing, you know, nobody wants that eugenic shit where you're trying to genetically manipulate. Nah, you know, it shouldn't be hard now that we know what it was, the communist, Karl Marx. He was a lame motherfucker, a loser, a piece of shit human being. And his little manifesto, the devil, you know, I just made it, you know, just like now, but it's finally, this finna be the end of it. You know, we finna bury Karl Marx chapter of you know, in America. So they took it, now we see all that shit, affirmative action and shit that most of us never had to use. Just like on this job. I don't need affirmative action. The guy in charge, the guy that's over us, a little bit over us, he didn't need affirmative action. There's no need for affirmative action. Just do your damn job. But now we see, most of us, it didn't affect us because so we didn't know what it really is. They just putting stupid people that know that they can't get this position that they're in without affirmative action. And they have to do what their puppet master tells them. And so she felt like it, but at least she caught it and apologized and, you know, and left the cult. But I can imagine she must be strong as hell, because I can imagine what they tried to say to her.
cult, but I felt like, oh, if I can fix it, then it will be okay. I won't have to.
Now, see, that's the woman in her. That's any woman. Yeah, smart or not, she gonna try to, just like being in a broken, with an abusive boyfriend, they gonna try to fix it.
Own up to being in a cult because I will have fixed it from the inside. And I think that's probably how a lot of left-wing people feel today. So I was okay with confronting Black Lives Matter. I grew up being kind of different from other Black people anyway. I grew up at a time when most Black people chemically straightened their hair permanently, and I did not. I had natural hair. So what I always say is the same Black people who would have told me to chemically straighten my hair when I was a kid are now telling me that I have to be in BLM. And I always say, shut up, perm police.
I mean, I see the perm. Now that's actually the cult thing. If you want to straighten your hair, go ahead and get a perm. That's old, whatever. You know. That's why, matter of fact, her with the kinky hair, what as they call it, it's like now that's not. See, they confused her. That because like now when you see the girl like her with the kinky hair on purpose, you see a lot of them in Netflix movies. They'll have nowadays. I mean, right now it'll be a white man and a black wife or whatever. A black man and a white wife, and some kind of PG-13 supposed to be big movie, and they had little kids like that, look like her, but they're mixed, and the kinky hair that's part of it. It's like, nah, if you want to or if you don't, it's up to you. You don't have to do it, but the girls that get perms, don't dog them out. It's like seriously, because that's part of the brainwashing. Everybody, that's the point. Don't make it a competition. Just everybody do what they want. If you want to have a perm, now the people that told it, it's been like that since I was little. So if they're telling you as a little girl to get your hair perm, that had nothing to do with none of this. That was just had nothing to do with slavery. That just nothing to do with civil rights movement. If you want it, if you don't want it, but if your mother was like, yeah, you gonna get your hair perm, you ain't going around looking like that. That's just her. It's your mama. Now that you're grown, you just gotta be like everybody else. You can't. When you get 18, you get to do what you want. You can have it looking crazy. We can't tell, kinky and crazy, that shit. Or you can perm it out if you want. You can each person, you can't tell a person what to do with their own hair. If they want to get a perm, that's the end of it. And if you didn't want to get one, hey, look, whatever. Your parents, when you get out their house, that's when she ain't want you running around looking like a tack. A homeless child, that's what your mom would say. Like she don't take care of you, you embarrass her. But they trying to, and they're like, that's what we're talking about. No, what you're talking about is brainwashing. Just let it go. Let it go. Worry about all these motherfuckers getting shot and killed. Don't worry about that shit. That's what you worry about. Don't let that shit come out your mouth no more.
I don't care. So I was comfortable telling Black people no. That was something I was used to already. So, then, okay. So
but really, I think what she feel like a piece of shit about was, and she don't want to really talk, because that's why you tell her, see, that's what she's trying to. I don't think it was a crime recruiting girls into that cult. I think she what she really know, but she tells herself it's all right because it happened to her too. And she thought it was just fun at first or something or this and that. And, she recruited these girls to get fucked by, as part of the cult. And basically that's all it is for the guys. And, it's just another fraternity. It's, they got just like a biker gang. They got the biker chicks. They got they girls that they fuck. That's all that is. She don't want to say it because she feel bad. And it's not, that's what she don't want to talk about. You can say I'm wrong, but that's my opinion. I'm entitled to it.
Lives Matter. I knew there were cult elements, but I knew there was something else wrong with the left. I couldn't figure out what it was.
Because she said it in the beginning when she said, they said, oh, you want to be white men. So they were getting mad. But she should have said, well, y'all, why y'all being with these white girls I keep recruiting? But,
the Jussie Smollett thing happened, if you guys remember that, and I spoke out against that, and that did not make me popular. The thing that really made left-wing people extremely angry with me was in 2020 I started my blog. I'll link my blog down below if you guys are interested. In 2020 I started my blog, and I started it because because Donald Trump was censored off of Twitter. Or no, so it was 2021. Donald Trump was censored off of Twitter, and I just found that to be not correct. I'm like a loudmouth person. I was an activist. I say what I want. The idea of censorship, it just doesn't vibe with my personality, left or right. It just isn't for me. I thought people would understand that, especially because when I was far left, I saw right-wing people as like my debate partners. I saw them as people who provided me with intellectual stimulation. So I thought people would understand why I would not want censorship, but the left-wing people that I knew, they were incensed. They were furious with me. And I dealt with all kinds of racial insults, Uncle Tom, race traitor, different kinds of sexual harassment, people telling me that I love white men because, of course, why would a woman
that's right.
do anything?
The beginning of the video was this. There was this part.
That's not motivated by sexual competition for man. And I just didn't expect that response because all I said was that I'm against censorship. I didn't say, I love what Trump said. I just don't want anyone to be censored. But that was how I really got canceled from the left. I learned since then that the ACLU and Al Sharpton actually at one point advocated for the rights of white supremacists to march through a Jewish neighborhood because that's how anti-censorship the left used to be. And Al Sharpton said, we have to fight for the rights, the free speech rights of these white supremacists. Otherwise, they'll censor Black civil rights activists next. So I think it's really sad that the left has...
I mean, it's been like that. I don't like what you say, but you can say it. That's what I'm saying. That like the little fuck nigga that keep coming and tell them, they must keep, I don't know, I guess that video I did earlier, about 4 or 5 hours ago, without telling them, like, bitch, I'm not, they try to tell me at the job, they, well, not tell me, they're hinting, he's a little boy. It's all good. I mean, it did, they stopped now, but it's like, but like I said, yesterday what set me off again is that, the little restaurant owner in the hood, the black guy, told me, oh, don't come in here with that talk. No, bro, you gonna be one of them motherfuckers. I know you're a beloved community member, right? You gonna be on t-shirts, beloved community member. Like, you shut your mouth, and he did. It's like, nah, bro, you don't. It's like, I don't know where y'all get this censorship. I don't want to censor you, but when you started it, like I said, I walked in, and what they did, they had a dude decked out in all red, trying to mock me, the opposite. But it didn't bother me, really. He was standing by the door. I'm like, just like anytime when you see somebody that's similar to me, my whole life, I speak to him first because it's like you getting the scoop, even though I don't know him. He a total stranger. I'm getting the scoop, and that's how it be. I'm like, oh, so you in line or what's going? And we'll talk to each other. Oh, nah, I ordered already. Go ahead. And that's literally what happened. But then the restaurant owner, he's like, oh, nah, we gonna get with you. Don't come in here with that talk. I said, bro, you gonna end up on goddamn some kind of this TV show or on the news report. Shut your fucking mouth. And then, he played, like, you gonna be one of them beloved. I know you a beloved community member. You gonna be a beloved old man community dead niggas. But anyway, but I ain't saying all that. But you know what I'm talking about. And he shut up. It went back to being, you better be a regular cordial. You ain't got to be a slave. How you doing, sir? Just have a seat right there. No, hey, all right, brother. Yeah, how you doing, man? All right, I'll get you in a minute. That's all you had to say. Don't tell people don't come in here with that. If I ain't coming in there with, some loud mouth. Hey, yeah, niggas, what's up, nigga? Yeah, let me get some of this fish up in this piece. Yeah, nigga, shit, I'm hungry than a motherfucker. Ain't nobody come up in there like that. The dude was standing in the door, and I'm asking, did you order yet? Because otherwise I'm going to get behind him if he ordered. That's common sense. Next time I show up in there, you keep it real. Like we used to say, keep it real. But anyway, that's all I had to say.